Hello friends, I'm George, the nice smelling gentleman. In today's video I'm going to discuss if the Le Male from Jean-Paul Gaultier is still worth buying in 2023. This fragrance was released first in 1995 and the perfumer behind the Le Male from Jean-Paul Gaultier is Francis Kurkdjian. Now when this fragrance was actually released, it was sort of a groundbreaking type of a scent that changed men's perfumery forever. Up until that point, men's perfumery was more associated with sort of fresh and barbershoppy type of vibes without much sweetness in them. But when Le Male was launched, it changed that pretty much forever. In here we have a very interesting mix of lavender and mint that brings that freshness, that barbershoppy vibe to it, but also there's a lot of sweetness in here. There's vanilla, there's cinnamon, there's amber, there's tonka bean, so you've got a mix of old school type of freshness from the lavender and mint notes and sort of a new school type of sweetness from those vanilla, tonka bean and amber vibes in it. When this was first released in its original formulation, it was very loud, it was very strong and very long lasting. I remember that I was wearing this heavily in my early 20s, so about 20 years ago, and I remember that this had nuclear power back then. But over the years it has been reformulated at least a few times, and so in today's video I'm going to discuss whether this is still worth checking out in 2023. When this was originally released back in 1995, the groundbreaking factor in this fragrance was the amount of sweetness that it had inside. But fast forward 30 years, almost 30 years, and nowadays men's fragrances have become even sweeter compared to the original Le Male. So nowadays this is not considered a sweeter type of a fragrance compared to the modern fragrances on the market. I was heavily wearing this in my 20s, and I did not have a bottle of this for the past 5 or 6 years, but in the past month I decided to pick up a new bottle of Le Male just to see how it is going to work for me, so many years later. If I have to talk about performance, I remember that back in the day this used to be a nuclear performing fragrance, and it used to be sort of the go-to clubbing type of scent for men. Nowadays, the current formulations, yes, they're weaker compared to the original one, but I still get quite decent performance out of it. I get about 8 to 9 hours, so the staying power isn't so much less compared to the older formulations. What this lacks compared to the older formulations, though, is the projection. The original formula used to be nuclear projecting fragrance. Nowadays, this is more of a subtle, like more on the intimate side when projecting. The scent profile nowadays feels a bit dated, I can acknowledge that fact, but it still works. It's still a mass-pleasing type of scent, and women still love this fragrance, this scent. When I got this fragrance about 20 days ago and I sprayed it for the first time, as soon as my girlfriend smelled me, she said, "You smell sexy, you smell like you've just come out of a barber shop." So the scent profile still works, might be a bit dated, but still works. Alright, but what if you think that that scent profile is too dated for your own taste? Well, I can give you two options to the original Le Male. Now, if you're looking for a clubbing type of scent as the Le Male was once known for, I can think you can safely go with one of the flankers, the Ultra Male from Jean-Paul Gaultier. This is even sweeter, it's louder, it's harder projecting than the current formulations of Le Male. It's more orientated towards the younger crowds out there, and it definitely works as a clubbing type of scent. But if you want something more mature, something more intimate, something more sexy for date nights and for sort of a colder type of usage, a colder weather type of usage, you can safely go with the Le Male Le Parfum, which is the latest current flanker in the Le Male line. This one carries the original DNA, but has an added note of iris in here that makes the whole scent profile a little bit warmer, a little bit denser, and a little bit more mature. Okay, so should you try the original Le Male? If you have never tried the original Le Male from Jean-Paul Gaultier and you like your fragrances to carry sort of an old school barbershoppy vibe to them, if you like lavender and vanilla, I think you definitely need to check out the Le Male from Jean-Paul Gaultier. Also, if you have tried it before and if you heard nowadays that this has been ruined by reformulations and it doesn't last anymore, I think those rumors are mostly exaggerated. So again, go to a store, check this one out, check out how is the longevity on your skin and your clothes, and you might be nicely surprised by the performance of the current formulations of Le Mans. So guys, in today's video I quickly shared with you my thoughts on whether the original Le Mans from Jean-Paul Gaultier is worth picking up in 2023. I hope that you found this video interesting or helpful. If you did, give it a like, subscribe to my channel, stay safe, and I'm gonna see you in my next video. Bye bye.